Welcome to Kalamazoo, Michigan, Waldo Stadium, home to the Western Michigan Broncos, where we have a terrific matchup in store. Today, two teams set to square off in a MAC slugfest. As we'll see, the Kent State Golden Flashes taking on one of the top teams in this conference, the Western Michigan Broncos. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. And the Golden Flashes will kick it away to start us off. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Western Michigan's offense is on the field for the first time today. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look to for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on, they punch the clock, and they're hard workers.
And how about taking a big chunk out of this defense on the opening drive?
And with the speed they have on the perimeter, Reese, no doubt, they want to come out here and test this secondary, test these DBs, and they know they've got the QB with the arm talent to get the ball there. That's a great start for this offense.
So now it's 2nd and long. Johnson looking to throw. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
How nice is it as a defense when you can drop 7 guys into coverage, only rush 4, and still get home? That makes you feel good if you're the D coordinator.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Makes the catch. It's Marshall. Good pick up there. They'll move the chains, and they're set up at the 41. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. Both sides trying to find a little rhythm and efficiency and move the ball some here as we start the second quarter. First play of the period, first down here. Looking downfield on first down. Throws to the tight end. Got his man downfield. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Plows through the defense. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Johnson wants to throw it. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Western Michigan. They put the first points on the board. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line up front. They were physical. Skill players made it happen with the ball in their hands, and the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. Fielded in the end zone. It's Etheridge. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So Kent State's offense will try to get something started with their first possession. And David, their quarterback hasn't always blown you away statistically, but he is a guy that the coaches trust.
Yeah, and he'll show you some flashes of why you should trust him, Reese. But here's the thing. This is not a guy that we're saying, go win me the football game. That's not where he's at right now in his career. Jesse, he's a guy that needs the others, that they got to help him out. They got to play on schedule, not make those mistakes, and guys really play well around him.
Yeah, David, the one thing quarterbacks don't want to be referred to as is a game manager, but that's really more what this guy is. You're right. They have to be able to run the football. They can't turn it over. They got to play great defense. If they do that in this game, he's good enough to get this win.
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. Quick timeout by the defense here, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week, only called on twice. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Quick strike complete. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Finds his big tight end. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
The Broncos will have it 1st and 10. Johnson looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick.
You know, I like the decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the accuracy. That was not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit, and the defense able to come up with a big pick.
So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Looking to throw on first down. Gets it out quickly. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Second down, they'll go to the air. Pulls it in, it's Banks. Oh, it's a fumble. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere, it's a turnover.
And that's a great job by this defense, limiting the yards after catch. We know guys are going to get the football in their hands, and he gets the ball out quick, gets it to him. Nice job running to the football. When you chase the football, man, a lot of good things happen. That ball pops out, you recover it, a forced turnover.
Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. He'll start this drive firing. Moving away from pressure. On the run, and he'll slide to avoid the hit. A nifty pickup there. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. Tackle is made at the 33. It's about a 5-yard pickup, and that'll be enough for a first down. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the first half, they'll try to kick a field goal. He'll have to generate power and some accuracy. A 50-yarder from the left hash. Field goal is good. And that will extend their lead even further. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, you have been calling a great broadcast today from there in Kalamazoo. And yes, football is a game of inches, but man, is that really the case when you consider the length of some of these possessions. Look, I'm not an analytics guy, but I do know this. The team that sustains drives and just moves the sticks might be the team that comes out on top today. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside Waldo Stadium.
And the Broncos will boot it away to start the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. Trailing by a couple of scores, they'd like to generate some confidence here early in the third quarter. That's a fumble. And this fumble bounces out of bounds. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. If this were a wider field, like maybe in Canada or something, that might have been a turnover.
And they could have turned it into a rouge, eh? I mean, this was a great chance by the defense here. I just love the fact that they are flying around and trying to dislodge the football from these ball carriers.
So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. Here's a heat. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hit. The golden flashes headed quickly to the line.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
With you coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
Dropping back, it's Leary. Makes the grab. Knocked down immediately, but a nice pickup on that one. No huddle offense to the line.
At the 43-yard line. Second down coming up.
Trying play action. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. In the gun and looking to throw on third down. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
He has been terrorizing quarterbacks all year long. That now his 10th sack of the season. He's got speed, he's got power, he's going to play on Sundays, and he is not cooperating with this offense's game plan.
They kick it away on fourth down. And no chance for the return man to get his hands on that one as it hops out of bounds. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Snagged in the middle, it's Boyd. And he surges up to the 36-yard line, and they'll move the chain.
And that's a first down.
They're working that left side. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Western Michigan is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. When you're dealing with a deficit like this, it's all about somebody stepping up to make a play, and you might as well start here in the fourth quarter. Quickly complete. Puts him in the spin cycle. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory. The Broncos will snap it on 1st and 10. He'll do it himself. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. Johnson wants to throw it. And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team.
I definitely am trying to be a little bit conservative. I can't be cautious, but I want to be a little bit conservative up 2 possessions. The clock is my friend. I got the football. The worst thing I can do is throw an interception, turn the football over, stop the clock, give them the ball back in an opportunity like this.
Guys, let's see how it goes this time for the Kent State offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
Bringing the heat. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. The defense all revved up after that earlier sack, and they'll try to stop him right here. Fires one high and deep. And it's incomplete on 3rd down. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. They'll go for it on 4th down. He's not afraid to go deep. Makes the grab, he's got a 1st down. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. All the way down to the 15-yard line. It's 1st down. Wants to go up top on 1st down. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Trying to get everybody set with the clock still running. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Throws toward the end zone. And it's caught for the late touchdown. So how about this? Maybe we are set up for a finish.
Yeah, and that's step 1. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, fellas, here's a final update on a clash between top 15 teams. LSU had a dominant win, the kind the folks in Baton Rouge were used to in 2019 when Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and Justin Jefferson led the Tigers to a national title. Talk about a special team. Iron sharpens iron, and you just know a top 15 matchup like this is going to go a long way in telling the story of each of these teams' seasons.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end, you need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
And you can't teach that gene. You have people that can focus in the moment or they can't. Great job by the team, staying focused, understanding it's a close battle, win those 1 play at a time, and then look up and then, heck, I got the win.
Yeah, David, they just had ice in their veins. And